We all feel it in this hurry-up, gotta-have-it-yesterday world. Even those who practice a seemingly tranquil, ancient game. The need for speed. This is a controlled frenzy, fun, with its own unique vibe and velocity. Take an unconquerable sport, add the fleeting element of time, and see who reaches the finish line first. Today, in one of golf's most stunning settings, Bandon Dunes in Oregon, you'll need to be equal parts Nicklaus and Bolt, blazing a new trail. Make no mistake, this is not your casual 18 holes on a Sunday afternoon. This is Speedgolf. CBS Sports presents the Speedgolf World Championships at Bandon Dunes Golf Resort. Hello everyone, I'm Bill McAtee and welcome to the inaugural Speedgolf World Championships at Bandon Dunes Golf Resort. You're about to see the game of golf played like you've never seen it before. You see, the competitors here are not only going to play these magnificent layouts, but they're also going to run them as well. The champion will be the one with the lowest speed golf score, their golf score combined with the time it took for them to run the course. They will play by the rules of golf, except that they can leave the flag stick in when they're putting, and they can bring their bags onto the greens. And for those of you who think that golf is not an athletic pursuit, the contenders today will shoot in the 70s and run the course in less than an hour. It's going to go quickly, so let's get to it. Round one dawned calm, absolutely idyllic, with a light fog hanging over the southern Oregon coast, and 15 elite players primed for a rapid-fire run over Bandon Dunes' Old McDonald course. The field, a mix of 14 professionals and one amateur playing for a $50,000 purse in this, the first recognized World Championship of Speed Golf.
I think everybody's a little nervous on the first tee, and the great thing about speed golf is because you're running, the nerves go away pretty quick.
The nerves, the nerves.
Something the leadoff hitter and man who traveled the farthest was keenly aware of.
Up first from Linz, Austria, Arno Lindsberger.
First out, cold hands. If I shoot 80 twice here, I win this tournament because I have been the fastest for, let's say, 2 decades in this sport. I thought I'm rid of the yips, which more or less has destroyed my golfing career. And I'm lining up my putt on the first, the birdie putt, and it goes like this. And I thought, please not.
Bogey, a rough start for the colorful Austrian. And so they followed. With only a handful of clubs, holes are played in roughly 3 minutes in this championship that proves ready golf equals better golf.
We all think too much. Taking so much time doesn't make you play better.
When we have too much time, it creates doubt. Doubt has brought down civilizations, let alone golf swings.
A lot of people imagine if they, line it up for 10 minutes, they're increasing their chances of success. But oftentimes they're not.
If you look at the tour average from 20 feet, it's about 10%. So you can read it all day, but that's the best putters in the world. They make 1 out of 10.
First-time speed golfers are always, just as I was, shocked at how well they play. Shocked.
The first time I tried it, I was thinking, well, let's keep an open mind here. This score could honestly be any number, and it turned out, pretty close to what I normally shoot.
The first hurdle, literally climbing an exhausting hill, linking the third tee and fairway. As if their hearts weren't racing already, this surely elevated the blood pressure. Hardly Everest, but a nice feeling when reaching the summit.
30 seconds.
Play good, brother. Play well. That's fun, man. Play well. Hey.
From Portland, Oregon, Christopher Smith.
Leave it to the man who has nurtured this sport from its beginning to set the pace. Christopher Smith holds the current speed golf world record and thus a spot in the Guinness Book of World Records. With a birdie at 1, he's off and running. Meanwhile, on 18, Arno finishes in 48 minutes, 37 seconds, which will be the day's second fastest round. But his putting woes will leave him well behind.
Afraid of missing it from this far. 6, putted 12. No.
Generally better golfers beat faster runners. Robert Hogan from Wicklow, Ireland, was swift of foot, running 18 holes in 44 minutes, but he spent 94 strokes.
Hogan 5.
Tim Scott hasn't let eye cancer slow his momentum. One of the sport's most compelling characters, he competes with a patch that counters side effects from double vision.
Go get him.
I'm Tim Scott, and here's my life in 20 seconds. Grew up in Eugene, Oregon, watched Steve Prefontaine. Yes, Prefontaine run track. I went to the University of Oregon, go Ducks. Golf pro. I played many tours for about 5 years in the late 80s and won 3 tournaments. I caddied for Jeff Sluman for about 5 months on the PGA Tour in 1988. Right after I quit, he wins the PGA Championship. Thanks, Lou. Public school teacher for 10 years, taught all subjects. And that's it.
Scott is 7 over after 9 and will need a strong back 9 to remain a factor. Not just a feel-good story, as this golfing sprint plays on.
We've made quite a few enhancements to the BMW 7 Series. Each is impressive on its own, but together they change everything. The 7 Series, the most advanced BMW ever. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW 7 Series for $699 a month.
After an exciting second round, Tiger Woods is only 3 strokes off the lead. The Masters continues today on CBS.
This CBS Sports Spectacular, the Speedgolf World Championships at Bandon Dunes Golf Resort, is sponsored by Rolex. And by BMW. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine.
The race around Old MacDonald continues, the course that pays homage to the father of American golf course architecture, Charles Blair MacDonald. There is one downside to this event. At this torrid pace, there's no time to appreciate the spectacular beauty that is the Bandon Dunes Golf Resort. With 5 courses here, owner Mike Kaiser has created a golfing mecca that has garnished global acclaim while promoting the local environment. His commitment is evident at the new 13-hole par 3 course, Bandon Preserve.
All the profits from Bandon Preserve, which has been very popular since we opened it, are going to South Coast of Oregon Conservation.
Together with the Wild Rivers Coast Alliance, this stunning habitat along the Oregon coast will be preserved just as nature intended in order to maintain golf as it was meant to be. Gretchen Johnson is the field's only amateur and female competitor. She took up the game only 4 years ago. Today, she's a scratch player.
I'm Gretchen Johnson, and here's my life in 20 seconds. I'm an athlete. I grew up playing soccer, basketball, squash, track. When I was 15, I was the #1 ranked squash player in the US. I work at Nike, and I'm a brand manager in Nike Running. I'm a 9-time marathoner with a personal best of 3 hours and 10 minutes, and I've ran the Boston Marathon the last 4 years.
In her first ever speed golf event, she shoots an 84 from the men's tees and finds herself in 9th place.
All the guys are, kicking it out there 30, 40 yards past me. I think for me, I have to be that much more creative. I'm also playing with less clubs than a lot of those guys because it's tough for me to carry around that much weight and still run fast.
Near the top of the leaderboard are high school best friends and speed golf pioneers, Christopher Smith and Tim Scott.
My partner in crime, Tim Scott, and I, we read an article in Runner's World magazine probably 15 years ago about some speed golf events that were going on.
Chris, there's speed golf, he'd never heard of it. And he's like, and I go, this is us. I mean, we're both golf pros. We run trail runs all the time. It's like, we're running. We got to do this.
Preparing for that event led Tim to a stroke of inspiration, inventing the Speedgolf bag we see today.
We caddied for each other at first, so I would carry 4 clubs. He'd play 9 holes. He'd carry 4 clubs for me. I'd play 9 holes. And we're like, well, that's great, but we want to play 18, you know? So how are we going to do that? I got a Sunday bag, just a real flimsy bag that holds, you know, a few clubs. So we went to a hardware store, and we found this furnace part that just fit perfectly in the bag. So we attached that in the bottom of the bag at the top of the bag so we could attach a stand. And now we could play 18 holes anytime we wanted to by ourselves. You know, it was great.
Smith, the lead instructor at Pumpkin Ridge in Portland, posts a Speedgolf score of 131.33. Translated, that means he shot a 73 in 58 minutes, 33 seconds. With his wife Lori running with him every step, Scott finishes his round in 3rd after shooting an 81 in 52 minutes, 21 seconds, a Speedgolf score of 133.21. Best friends trailing a newbie, Chris Walker, attempting only his 2nd ever Speedgolf round.
I did it one time at my home course before I left. I have a driver, a hybrid, a 5-iron, an 8-iron, a 56-degree wedge, and a putter. I brought 7 golf balls today, which I was told was a mistake. Too many. I only ended up using 1, so I guess I'm still learning as I go along.
A recent Notre Dame grad who is currently playing the mini tours, Walker parlayed a solid 77, shot in 53 minutes, 29 seconds into the 1st round lead.
Whole back nine, I was just thinking, get to the next shot, just, you know, keep running.
So with 1 round complete, it's Chris Walker leading 2 of the sport's legends in the inaugural Speedgolf World Championships at Bandon Dunes Golf Resort.
Tomorrow is Judgment Day.
Time is of the essence.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous.
We've made quite a few enhancements to the BMW 7 Series. Each is impressive on its own, but together they change everything. The 7 Series, the most advanced BMW ever. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW 7 Series for $699 a month.
Would you like to learn more about speed golf and perhaps play in an event yourself? Upcoming events include the Richmond Invitational benefiting the First Tee in June and the Speed Golf World Championships in October. Go to speedgolfinternational.com for more information about the sport and future events. It's day 2 of the Speed Golf World Championships, and the competitors will be playing the original course here, stunning Bandon Dunes. They woke up to gray skies and missed perfect links golf weather.
Did I change shoes to golf shoes today from running shoes?
Wearing both rain gloves today.
And their enthusiasm remained undampened.
70 and 57 would be the goal.
Hit it down the middle, man. Make some putts.
I think I'm ready.
The early tee times were reserved for the field's fastest runners. First off, the Irishman Robert Hogan, who scorched the course yesterday in 44 minutes. He'd be followed closely by our old friend Arno, who has decided to play today with only one club. That's right, one club, a 6-iron. Gretchen Johnson was next. Her splendid golf game and speed had her very much in the mix. This inaugural Speed Golf World Championships at Bandon Dunes Golf Resort also had an amateur competition that was held in conjunction with the final round. 41 players, ranging in age from 63 to 16, in this new twist to the grand old game.
It's a fantastic sport because it takes some of the issues that people have with regular golf, which is that it's not athletic in a traditional sense, and it takes a really long time to play, and it solves them.
One of the USGA's top priorities right now is to help golfers understand that pace of play directly affects their overall enjoyment in the game. To that end, we think alternative games like speed golf can be a lot of fun and also a way for golfers to realize that you may actually play better when you play faster.
In the end, the winner was a 17-year-old Portland High School student, Mark Stockamp, who shot an impressive 81 in just over 47 minutes. You see it on their faces, in their stride. The rigors of this sport where equal parts skill and endurance are required. While most of the Elite 15 are nearing the completion of their journey, the leaders are readying themselves.
Kind of nervous, you know, just amped to play.
Next up on the #1 tee, Christopher Smith. Go get him, Chris. And our final competitor, please welcome Chris Walker.
I'm Chris Walker, and here's my story in 20 seconds. Graduated from the University of Notre Dame. I've been a Notre Dame football fan since I was 6 months old. I've got a picture of myself in a Notre Dame football helmet and the gear. I'm 22 years old and I live in the Woodlands, Texas. I turned pro last summer and I've been playing on mini tours. My favorite golfer is Bubba Watson because he's not afraid to be himself. I want to win a major championship, the Masters.
Thank you.
While Walker and his two primary challengers were just beginning their sprint, the early rabbits were finishing. Robert Hogan sped around Bandon in just over 43 minutes, but shot 92 and would finish in the middle of the pack. Arno's round was both fast and frustrating. His one-club experiment resulted in the day's quickest time, but he also had to use that 6-iron 100 times.
Today I was playing with this club and maybe I putted better than yesterday, but not good, not satisfied, very disappointing.
The lone female competitor and amateur acquitted herself nicely. To save precious seconds, Gretchen left a trail of clubs in the 18th fairway. The end result, she matched yesterday's time and shaved 5 shots off her score, a 79 in 55 minutes. Also finishing up their first speed golf experience were a trio of pros who had plenty of local knowledge.
Get in! Yeah!
Brandon Carter, head professional at Bandon Preserve.
Wow.
His counterpart at Pacific Dunes, Michael Chupka. And Jeff Simons, the director of golf at Bandon Dunes, all posted strong performances. Jeff enjoyed the added bonus of finishing in front of and with the help of his sons Peyton and Jackson. A strong local showing, but this day and championship would come down to a pair of speed golf icons and the upstart. Could 22-year-old Chris Walker close the deal?
We've made quite a few enhancements to the BMW 7 Series. Each is impressive on its own, but together they change everything. The 7 Series, the most advanced BMW ever. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW 7 Series for $699 a month.
Final round coverage of the Masters starts with Masters on the Range, tomorrow morning at 11 on CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. This CBS Sports Spectacular, the Speedgolf World Championships at Bandon Dunes Golf Resort, is sponsored by Rolex. And by BMW. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine.
Don't stop the beat. I can't control my feet. People in the street. Come on, everybody, and move your feet.
The home stretch. Whose feet would move the fastest? Would it be Tim Vall, the head professional at Portland Golf Club, who was the original head professional at Bandon Dunes, started the day in 4th place. And with his family's encouragement, he finished with the final round's shot of the day. His second consecutive 74 in just over 58 minutes made him the leader in the clubhouse. The seconds were speeding by. All eyes were on the 22-year-old. Duplicate yesterday's effort, and Chris Walker would be very tough to catch.
Physically, it was starting to take its toll on me. I was tired. The running was just getting tough. And, I know it can come down to seconds. On the 4th hole, I hit an 8-iron to about 12 feet, made the putt for birdie. It was kind of a big confidence booster. I had bogeyed the 1st and the 3rd hole, so I sort of needed that to get the momentum going in the right direction.
On the back 9, not knowing exactly where he stood, the veteran Tim Scott knew but one way to play: all out.
I felt pretty strong coming in those last 6 or 8 holes, which I knew that second day is going to be tough near the end of the round, and I kept pushing.
Scott finished with an 80, not what he'd hoped for, but he ran an impressive 51-26 and moved solidly into the lead with only 2 players left on the course. In second place to start the day, Christopher Smith, the veteran of 25-plus speed golf events, deftly avoided a herd of deer, but bogeys were another matter.
A couple of bad decisions and a couple of bad swings. That's all it takes. Got off to a hellacious start. I was proud of myself for hanging in there. I was 6 over par after 6 holes and ended up shooting 78.
A 78 in just under 59 minutes was good, but not good enough. All but one of the competitors had completed their dash around Bandon Dunes, and as they gathered beside the 18th green, their mood was considerably different from Chris Walker's, who was clearly fighting that golfing demon, doubt. His best finish in college was 3rd once. He'd made 3 straight bogeys to start the back 9. And as the holes dwindled, it wasn't getting any easier.
I wish I was 22.
He was feeling it the last few holes, though.
I knew it had to be close.
1 hole left, a reachable par 5.
My goal was to make birdie on 18. I wanted to finish strong, and I thought 76 would be a pretty good round at that point. Oh man, when I hit the putt up over the hill, I was just thinking, just be close. And then I run up the hill and I see the ball, go over the edge, almost hold it. I just remember standing over the putt, my eyes are watering, it's tough to see, but just trusted it, and it went right in the right edge, so beautiful.
Chris Walker had done it.
It feels amazing.
Wow. That was unbelievable. Thank you.
A birdie at the last completed a 76 in just a second shy of 57 minutes to win the championship by, yes, 1 shot or 1 minute over Tim Scott.
To find out that it really, really did come down to the last hole, that it's disappointing that I didn't play as well as I wanted to, even just one of the days.
I had about 20 text messages, and I called my fiance Stephanie, my parents, my golf coach, my grandparents. I told them I was Speed Golf World Champion. Kind of has a ring to it.
It certainly does, and so the young man from Notre Dame holds on to edge the veteran Tim Scott, with Tim Vall and Christopher Smith rounding out the top 4. The Irishman, Robert Hogan, ran the fastest. And the lone amateur Gretchen Johnson played well in this unique championship, while the field's most colorful character, Arno Linsberger, finished 12th. We hope you've enjoyed this athletic, high-paced alternative to the game we all love, played over two of the most spectacular courses in the United States. And remember, play faster and you'll play better. I'm Bill